thank you so much for coming today to my podcast. And I'm very glad for you to be here today. I'm so excited to lead this podcast together with you. Just tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us who you are. What do you do? How long are you in Dubai? Just tell us everything.
My name is Elizabeth. Thank you so much for inviting me, Anastasia. That was my biggest pleasure for today and that weekend. So, I'm over 5 years in Dubai already. And this is how long I've been in the fitness industry as well. So I'm a fitness trainer. I'm giving group classes. I'm doing personal training, nutrition, and a lot of other stuff in here. Currently, I'm working with women only. So over my experience in these years, I decided that I really want to specialize in the women training. So that's my main thing, what I do. I enjoy what I'm doing, and that's kind of lifestyle already over this time.
So you do a personal training, you do nutrition, you do...
Yes.
What else do you do?
Classes. I do also group classes. Yeah, that's a fun part of my work.
Oh, that's nice. What kind of group classes do you do?
Well, there is kind of a lot actually. Well, my main one is cycling. So I do cycling, I do HIIT classes, I do boxing classes. A little bit of everything, I would say.
That's really nice, exciting. I mean, that's really beautiful to discuss about women and training, about the lifestyle, about nutrition. There are so many topics you can touch base today. I mean, it's just simply endless. And personally, I am the one also who lost so much weight. I lost more than 15 kgs, and I was on a journey where I had to lose weight. I had to learn a new lifestyle, a new nutrition. I had to learn how to train. I was totally not into training before. I was just hating gym. I hated personal trainers. I hated everything related to a workout, to cardio, anything related to that, because it was equal to pain in my mind. Yeah. So I didn't want to go out from my comfort zone. I preferred to be on my sofa, to eat my comfort food all the time. And I didn't like any of it, but I changed. And I'm very excited to be with you today to learn and to hear professional advices from a trainer like you, from a trainer with an experience in women industry as well. So let's start simple. Like, what do you suggest for women who never trained before, who were like me, let's say, overweight earlier, and who never did any understanding in nutrition, in workout? What is your recommendation first?
Oh, I think we need to start off not what would I suggest, but because remember, in fitness and nutrition and overall in this topic, there is never one pill for everyone, you know? It's very individual. That's why we have something called personal trainer, yeah? Nutritionist that does for you individual program, individual nutrition, because it's very different from one person to another. But definitely there is something that everyone can apply in themselves. So if you have a person that never trained before, let's give her some age. Give me an age. Like, how old is she?
Let's say 30 years old.
She's 30 years old. She never trained. She was overweighted, you said, right?
Yeah, overweight, never trained, never used any cardio machines before. So just maximum walking, let's say. And she's in the beginning to start, but very scared to start. Like, what do you recommend?
Yeah. Of course. For that reason, we have something personal that called personal trainer. But I understand that also nowadays it's not that easy to find a right person to train you. It's also like, where do I go? What do I do? Like, where do I find a trainer? You know, asking my friends. And some people also feel offended from even doing that, you know. So what I would say is just making the first step. We're very lucky that in our days we have actually gym classes, that we have those group classes where you can easily blend in, be somewhere in the back and be like, okay, I'm just here, I'm exercising, no one will touch you, no one will look at you, you know. This is like the most easy way to start, because then no one is going to pay attention on what you're doing. You know, you will get that support from the trainer, you will get that motivation, you will get your workout done, it's fun and it's nice. But some people may start in there, but then they're like, I don't like it. So for me, and from what I've seen, for people, it's important to try a little bit of everything and find what's there, feeds them their shoe, you know. So I would say trying group classes, or maybe even starting a bit more simple than that. Even if she goes for a walk every single day, and puts a little goal of, for example, doing 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers every single day, that already will make a big change in the life.
What about lifestyle? What about nutrition? What do you recommend to that?
Lifestyle is it's a big word, you know, like there's so much components down there, you know. Like, what you tell me, what do you understand when you talk about lifestyle?
I understand how do I spend my free time.
Okay, that's nice.
So before, for example, if you take my opinion, when 3 years before and 3 years after, I have changed completely. Like before, for example, my lifestyle were mostly watch TV with some M&M snack, for example.
Oh, M&Ms.
I love it. You know?
Don't blame, you know.
So that was like more of easygoing, do nothing, or maybe going to the pool. Most of the times it's just spending home. But when I have started trainings, and when I really tried like what it is to be in the gym, what it is to be a part of those group classes, I feel that my lifestyle has changed. Now I don't want to really like sit down and watch TV with them and them. I really want to go and start cycling, for example, or do some kind of movement, you know, do workout instead. So for me, lifestyle is like, what do you do in free time? What do you suggest people to do in free time when they are in the mindset of doing nothing?
Yeah, that's also a big step from the couch to the gym, you know, like there is also a lot of stuff going on in between. But because for me personally, lifestyle is actually how you live. You see, there is people, yes, who is just working, coming back home, lying down on the couch, watching TV. I don't blame them, because we get so tired and frustrated over the day that you just come back and you're like, what gym? Man, what gym? I don't want to go to the gym, you know? Yeah, and there is a point where you switch that. Yeah, there is a point of that. So when it comes to the lifestyle, it's what you eat, how you spend your free time, and how you take care of yourself. So there is a very big common mistake of the ladies, especially men, not that much, when, you know, they're like, okay, I want to lose weight. I'm starting on Monday. Here we go. Monday came. We started with drinking water. We started reducing M&Ms, and the burgers and everything what you like to do there. And then you go 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. By the end of the week, you reach weekend. You spend the whole weekend on the couch eating the burgers with M&Ms and so on and so on. So the biggest mistake is when the people trying to change their lifestyle, they jump extra. You know what I mean? It's not a smooth transition from one to another. They're just going all in or nothing. And that is the biggest mistake all the time that I see.
And they just don't continue anymore.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, or they have that breakdown very quick when they are unable to come back, or they blame themselves that they did that, you know, like there is a lot of psychological part comes in as well. So what I usually, whenever I start with people that never trained, for example, or people who just started training, they're like, I want to do the diet. Let's do a diet. Let's do training program. I want to do classes as well all together. Let's do it. I'm like, slow down here. Hold on. Just a second. So I tell them to implement things slowly. You don't have to go on the diet straight away. No one can do that. Even like professionals that you see out there, that's what the most confusing us on the social media, right? When you see the bodybuilders or the shred and nice,
Yeah,
and
it
you're like, oh,
looks
I
so
want to
beautiful. Yeah.
But those people are doing it seasonally. No one is doing it the whole year around. We got to remember about that, yeah? So, but if for a normal human being, adding, just drinking 2.5 liters of water a day will be an amazing start. If you can stick to that and make it as part of your routine, this is where you start changing your lifestyle. Some lifestyle is how you spend your days. What can you implement in your day that will not bother you, but you can make it better? And this is how lifestyle should work, one by one and slowly, to make it your routine.
I like what you say, honestly, because I had a really challenge with that. I had a problem with making my routine the way I feel that everyone is talking about. Oh, I woke up, I went to gym, I'm running, I'm having a healthy breakfast, and I'm like, what is that? No, I
Exactly.
don't like that. I don't do
Exactly.
that. And now I become a part of that group, a part of that surrounding with girls. We go for workout every Saturday, every Sunday.
Nice.
So I have people to encourage me. I really like change into that. I feel that it's a big step to grow from where you were at the couch to the gym, to the group classes, to drinking water, to walk, to have right nutrition. And for me personally, psychological aspect was very important.
Yes.
And I feel that staying at home, watching a TV or staying in the bed just simply is just psychological issues, I believe. Like you're trying to
yes.
hide out from everybody else because you're not satisfied with the way you look,
True.
not satisfied with yourself. So what do you say to psychological aspect as well in lifestyle changes?
It's very difficult. Yeah, it's easy to start waking up and just holding that water and drinking it throughout the day, But when it comes to psychological part, you're right. This is like the most challenging moment because you're going to have those days when you still want to stay on that couch. You're going to have those days when it hits the Monday and you're like, okay, I'm ready to do that. And yes, this is one of the most challenging moments when you have to remind yourself why you're doing it, why you need to know why you're doing it, why you decided to change yourself, why you decided to go to the gym or start walking or start drinking that water, You have to know why you're doing it and stick to those whys. And yeah, that's very challenging actually, to stay consistent and doing it all over the time, all over, throughout the week, throughout the months is very challenging. But you got to remember your whys, why you started and why you do it.
What are the common mistakes girls have when they start working out and they just quit?
Well, we touched one already, right? It's the one when they go all in and extreme and then they give up, they break down because it's too much when you take it all in once. That's what I was saying, that you have to take it gradually. I would say the second biggest mistake is not seeing the progress. Like when people are starting their diets and going to the gym and changing, they expect their progressing in 1 week and 3 days. They go on the scale and they think like, okay, in 1 week I'm going to lose 5 kg. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. I wish, but no. So yeah, and that's one of the first things I say to my girls is just, if you have a scale at home, just throw it. Because it's not how it works. Yeah. So this is number 2. Like one of the biggest one is not seeing the progress, is not understanding that progress doesn't come on the scale. It's an absolutely different thing. And I would say another one is that you need to remember that you're not only changing your lifestyle. I mean, you are changing your lifestyle, but you got to change so much more than that. You got to change eventually, not straight away, people who is around you. Because those are the one who affects you, the way you talk, the way you live, everything. And people who is around you are also very important later on to change that, but that comes or goes. So yeah, I think this is the 2 big ones, I would say, and then the surrounding comes in as well. So that's the most common ones.
I mean, yeah, that's so true because I can also relate to that. That I started my journey and it was so difficult, and I started also working out, eating, and then at some point of time, I just didn't want to show up to the gym. I said, I don't care, I don't want. I used to cry in the gym.
Yeah.
It was so painful for me that I used to be like, I felt that I'm a victim of workout because it's so difficult. And always, I used to go for the personal trainer, and the training was harder and harder and harder, and it never got easier, and that was frustrating me. What to do in a situation where you get frustrated in the gym or in the classes where you just simply cannot do it anymore? What to do in such a situation?
Well, yeah, I understand as well. I understand your feelings. Like, it's really frustrating when you come, maybe you're all motivated, maybe you want to do that change, maybe you want to start doing something, but then it just doesn't work. And here, it's going to be a bit cheesy to say that, but you're going to remember not to give up. It never gets easier. Right now, you said you've been training for a while, right? Did it get any easier by today?
No.
It never does. It never does. And it's just the beginning.
But how do you get that motivation? Like you personally, I'm sure you train as your personal trainer, you train much harder than any one of girls I know. How do you motivate yourself? Like, what do you do to take those weights and just do it? Forget about everything and just do it.
Yeah, it seems like it's very easy, right?
Yeah.
You just go and you just do it. But because I simply understand my body, that's one of my favorite topics as well, of when women are training and when men are training. All our trainings as women is related to our circle, yeah, to our cycle. So I know my body. I know on which week I am right now, and I can easily plan what I need to do without having that frustration that I will not finish it. That is so important. So also when you're going to train, when you're starting it, you have to also consider that. It affects a lot because women operate on hormones.
Yeah, that's true.
It affects our mood, it affects our power, our motivation, and so on and so on. So when you're just on the week where you are feeling weak, when you're not having that power, you don't have to come and lift 100 kg, my dear. You can just come and walk on the treadmill, and your body will appreciate that more.
Yeah, so it's not about the weight you lift, it's about how
Exactly.
you feel today. And,
Exactly.
But how to push yourself? Sometimes you feel like you don't want to get out of the room, and how do you push yourself?
This is a very controversial, actually. This question is not that easy to answer, right? Because at some days you have to just remember that you need to stay consistent, that you have to do it for yourself. You have to get up and go do something for yourself and put yourself as a priority. Put yourself there, understand and be like, I'm doing it for myself. Even if I cannot do much today, but I'll still go and I'll show up, I'll win.
That's good. That's really inspiring. I want you to explain also and segregate cardio and weightlifting, weight workout. Why do we need to do both? And what is more important at which stage for different types of women? Like, how can you give us some advice for that?
Well, it is different of doing cardio and the weightlifting. I would say that it has to be always together, but I know not everyone can do that as well. Not everyone can train like 5 times a week or 6 times a week to keep it in their schedule the way it should be. So see, cardio training is training your heart, right? It's training your cardiovascular system, makes you feel better. Weight training trains your muscle, your shape. That means it comes all down to your goals. Yeah, but I would say that weight training, everyone needs that. I know there is a lot of women that I face personally as well that are telling me, I don't want to lift anything more than 2 kg. You know, like, it doesn't work like that. Yeah, so weight is also need to be there for women to shape, to strengthen your bones. It has to be at any age, even at any age. It's just that when you're 18, it's different. yeah, what kind of exercises you do and how much weight you lift. When you're 30, it's different, how much cardio you do, how much weight you lift. And when you're 40 and 50 and plus, that's something else as well. So for every age there is different. What to choose, cardio or weight training, you can never give that answer. It has to be incorporated together. But in the end of the day, for a normal human being, it can be just a preference. If you're enjoying more of doing the cardio, yeah, and running kilometers every day, go for it. What makes you feel good? What makes you feel comfortable? If you're enjoying lifting weights, go for it.
So there is no do that and don't do that.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, so there is no do that.
Well, there is some small details. For example, if you're aiming like to grow your glutes, which is very famous and popular right now nowadays, yeah. So then you have to keep the gap between your cardio sessions and your weightlifting sessions, 6 to 12 hours, better even more. But yeah, there is some small things there. But if we're talking about the same 30 years old woman that just never trained, then there will be no differentiation.
It will be just ongoing.
Finding, what feels comfortable. Finding what feels right for your body. Because in the end of the day, no one can tell you what's better for you. Yes, there is science. Yes, we can predict. We can, based on the science, we can give you the best workout that is in the world. But it doesn't mean that it's going to work for you 100%. You know what I mean? Like it always has to come down for you feeling what's right for you.
You have to feel dedicated to workout, and when you consistently do it, once, twice a week, thrice a week, then you will see the results, but
100%.
Results won't show up in 1 year or 2 years. Like I see the results after 3 or 4 years now almost. I started seeing very beautiful results. But honestly, I wanted to ask professional advice. I look at social media every day, and I see all those beautiful girls with the beautiful legs, beautiful shapes.
Stop it.
Amazing shape of stomachs. And I'm like looking at six packs and I feel like I'm nowhere there. And I'm like, how harder I have to do it? How harder then I have to change myself to be like them? Because I wanna look like those models, those pictures on the social media. And I feel sorry for myself, but I'm just like looking, and I can't stop. So what can you tell? What's the advice you can give?
Have you ever questioned yourself of what's behind the scene of this girl doing this to themselves? How much work exactly is putting down there to look like that? Lives. Those girls are constantly on the diets. Those girls are constantly on the gym. We're talking of training twice a day, or even if it's once a day, they're really watching themselves throughout the day, weeks and years and so on.
After I hear about all this sacrifice, I feel like, no, not really.
Exactly. Yeah, like it is possible, 100%. Today I can write you a program that will make you look like this. But are you ready to sacrifice? That's the thing.
I want to have a normal life.
And you can still look
eat
good
properly and still look healthy.
Exactly.
The goal is to look healthy, not to look like wow, like a model. But I still look at them and I feel like they're wow, and they are just so pretty. And the questions pop up like, how long else I have to train, or what do I still have to do to look like this?
It's all also posing, the way how they dress. Even the leggings nowadays make a big change on how you look, right?
Yeah.
So all of this, it's just a picture. If you're gonna bring me here a person that looks in social media in a real life the same, I want to see that. Because from what I know, from what I've seen, it's very rarely when a person looks the same in Instagram or any other social media and in a real life.
This is a really beautiful answer.
I mean, I think you look better in life than you do in social media.
Yeah, honestly, because everybody looks at social media, everybody looks at those girls who are content creator, who are
That's
fashionista,
another.
and they look and they feel like, why I'm not one of
Disappointed.
them. It's yes, it's disappointment because the social media picture which is created out there is give you such a false identity that you started losing yourself. And you started going into that direction more and more, and you start wanting to look like them in terms of body, in terms of appearance, in terms of everything.
I hate that.
Yeah, and why and how not to forget uniqueness of an
Thank you.
individual.
Thank you. And that's also a thing. Do you want to be like someone or you want to be yourself?
I want to be myself.
Here we
Yeah.
go. You know, like trying to look like someone, if, okay, those girls in social media, yeah, the ones that are selling their workouts online for like $20 or whatever, yeah, they selling their program that they training, right, to everyone. But if it worked for her, it doesn't mean that it's going to work for you. This is one. Second, don't forget that all of this is just for sale. These girls that are selling those workouts, most of them, they don't train what they sell. Like even me personally, yeah, whatever I post on social media, for example, for a variety for people's workout. When it comes to myself and I go hit the gym, like I just did, by the way, before the podcast, I do so basic. Sometimes you don't need more than basic. A basic squats, a basic hip thrust, a basic reverse lunges. Done. That's it. So watching people in social media, there is a positive side of it. It actually, it's kind of pushes up, giving us motivation. You know, you look at this and at some point you're like, okay, I want to be like her. You're motivated. You want to go and you want to do something. That's good, as long as it doesn't go extreme and you don't fall of doing everything extreme and then you have a breakdown and then we started the circle again.
Yeah.
You should not lose your identity. You should still understand it. Yes, you want to look like this person, but do it in your own way, the one that suits you.
What's the ideal amount of workout during a week you suggest for, let's say, person who wants to be healthy?
3 times is more than enough. You distribute it, you have your days off. What people a bit forget about is that as much as you train, you have to rest. If you train today, tomorrow, you have to rest. You have to give your body recharge so you can come back and have the same amount of power and energy to do it. Sometimes when you have a very heavy workout, you may need few days off even. So you have to remember, you stick. You can put even 4 or 5 times. It depends on how long you've been training and what you can do, as long as you can stick to it. Can you stick to workout 5 times a week? Is your schedule allows you? Does it fit in your lifestyle? If it does, do it. If it not, find how many times will fit in your lifestyle and something that you can stick to and be consistent.
Why is it important to rest after workout? You're saying that we need to rest. Why is it important for the muscle, for the body?
It's for, 100%. Your muscle needs to replenish. It needs to grow back whatever you did there. Your body needs to recharge and recover to be able to do the next session. There will be never results if you're overexhausting your body, yeah? Like also, I see that a lot, the girls that are there in the gym every single day, and I see them, for example, on Monday when they come and they train and they're good, they train every single day until Friday. And when I see them on Friday, they can't do the same that they did on Monday. What's the point then of doing it? If you don't give yourself those breaks, you can't do it. Your body cannot do it. Your body is telling you, let's stop, let's sleep, go on the couch. Not with M&M's, maybe with a little veggies there on the side, yeah? But let's rest a little bit so we can come back, we can push it again, we can burn more calories when we replenished, and we can get it done.
What advice would you give to someone like me who trains for more than 3 years, and feel like finding the way of training maybe with different classes, with different intensity? what advice could you give to people who is training for such a long time and sometimes feel not really happy about their body, but keep on going, motivating themselves, still keep going and finding my way? What do you suggest me to?
I would say that keep on going, first of all. Second, never stop trying. Because remember, it's always about finding your way. I found myself in what I'm doing, right? And I don't mind doing it 24/7. My classes, my trainings, everything. My lifestyle is something that I'm happy with, that doesn't bother me. And this is the right way of doing it, of finding what's yours, finding your lifestyle, finding the way of training that you feel comfortable. If you feel like at some point you're like, I don't want to do this anymore, don't push yourself and don't do it anymore. Try something else. You may go do boxing every single day and just like one day you wake up and like, if I go again, I can't. I just don't want to do it. Go do Pilates. Anything.
Yoga, anything.
Anything.
Cycle.
Exactly. It doesn't have to be the same thing all the time. Keep on trying. Don't stop. And remember why you do it.
When you know that you already see the result, like when you know, for example, some people, they feel like, okay, I reached my result, and then, or maybe it's a false result for somebody. How do you know when to stop, or you shouldn't stop and you should keep going? Like how to know when is the right time? Because I feel sometimes that I need to train for 4 years, 5 years, and then it's okay. I don't have to do it anymore. But I don't think this is the right way. I have to train now all my life, or how?
You signed up for a life thing, exactly. Well, see, we all start to training to see some results. And yes, if you stay consistent, you reach the point when you see your results and you're happy with yourself. And at this point, everyone has a breakdown as well. At this point, you're like, I reached where I am. You reach a plateau. Yeah, it calls a plateau when you're like, I'm good. I don't need to do more. I don't need to do less. I'm fine in here. But also, that's also a bit wrong understanding. Yeah, you can always find a way to look better. You can always find something to improve. And on the other hand, there is other stuff to train. Your mobility, your longevity as well, something that is very important when we talk about taking care of your health, not only looking good, right? There will be always something to find and train and do. Don't worry.
Yeah, there is always just come. Yeah, I understand. Also, I want to know how do you personally train? What do you do for yourself? How do you motivate yourself? You are on such a level already where the heaviest workout you do is maybe not really satisfying you. How do you find that energy in you to like go and do it every time?
Well, it's a bit easier for me because fitness is my job. This is how I earn my money. So I'm always in the gym, like I do cycling. So my cardio part, some of my trainings is out the way because that's my job. But for me, the hardest point is to come and do my weightlifting because some days I don't sleep well, right? Maybe yesterday, my calorie deficit, I ate much less than I was supposed to. So next day I wake up and I'm just exhausted. My body is like, let's go home, please. Then I'm like, no, we gotta stay consistent. So here, it's hard to say that I feel like at my stage, it's not anymore a motivation, really. It's all about staying consistent and once again, remembering what you're doing and why you're doing it. Because I think I reached my plateau a year ago. Like a year ago, I realized that I look good. I looked at the mirror for the first time in my life after 10 years and I'm like, damn, I like myself. And I know that for women it's not that easy thing, right? When did you look at yourself in the mirror last time? Absolutely naked, saying I look good, huh? Man, that's a hard thing. So when I reached there, I lost a bit of my motivation and I realized that I just want to continue training for my own benefit because from the beginning, when you start training, after 1 year, 2 years, in your case, 3 years, you go through different psychological stages, right? You start because you want to lose weight. You keep on going, then you're like, I want to build some muscle. It seems like it's
shape. I like shape.
Yeah, see, here we go. This is the next stage that you go to.
Yeah.
After you get that shape, after you feel like, okay, I reached something, the other goals come in. You know, the other things you see and you want to improve. Once you get in that pattern, once you get in that circle of training and taking care of yourself, it just starts looping, and you're finding what you want to do. It's endless and it's beautiful.
Okay, so question here is, do you take any supplements personally? And if you
Yes.
do, what are the supplements you take? You can may share with us.
Me personally, currently, I'm taking collagen every single morning. It's not only for the hair and skin and everything, it's also to support my joints and my muscle recovery and so on. So every morning I take marine collagen. I don't think we're gonna mention the
No,
there
that's
is
just
no need
for us to
for
know what
reference.
to, yeah.
With vitamin C, by the way, that's very important that collagen is only absorbing with vitamin C. I take omega-3. This is like the basic and essential that everyone can take, and that will help them to feel better, to get somewhere to sleep better, to recover better, you know, so you don't wake up on the next day full of sore, maybe half a sore, something, you know. So, and then in the evening I take my portion of magnesium for the muscle relaxation and for a better sleep. So these three currently I'm taking. I'm doing it more of a circle way, I would say. So every 3 months I take also multivitamins. If I feel like I need it, I take vitamin D. But I can easily talk about it because I know my body very well. If I need iron, I know how it feels when I have an iron deficiency. For most of the people, it's a bit not like that. So I wouldn't recommend to just go in pharmacy and just pick anything. Definitely it has to be through the doctor, if there is an access to it, to take a blood test and see what's actually lacking. But something like collagen, it's never harmful for anyone. You can just take it every morning, go on, and after a month you will be like, oh, is that me? Is that my hair? You know. So yeah, there is those basics that everyone can take: magnesium, collagen, and omega-3.
So what is that like, everyone, I don't know, maybe phrase or somebody who has inspired you before, someone you can recommend to look at, you can give to all women out there who is watching and feeling like, maybe not today, what if it will not work for me, or no, Monday is good day for me to start. What can you recommend?
Like, what would I like? The
Motivational talk. Give me the motivational talk.
So you can go now to the gym once we're done.
Yeah.
That's a good question, actually. I would try to think, what do I usually tell to myself? Yeah, I think there is quite a few maybe as well, you know, like, do it for yourself. That's a good one.
Remember why you do it.
Yeah, that's a nice one. Remember why you do it. Remember your whys. Yeah, why you do it. And don't wait until tomorrow. Just go and do it now. If you have time, why not? That's what I would say to myself if I need to go and do it.
Yeah, it's very powerful, especially for the self-love. If you want to
100%.
go deeper into your self-love and self-care, go and train, go and take care of yourself, eat healthy, have that understanding and nutrition balance. So it was just simply amazing to have you with us. We have to wrap up. The time is out. It was really nice and beautiful takeaways. Thank you so much, Elizabeth, for sharing with us.
Thank you, Anastasia. Thank you for inviting.
Thank you so much.